brag on what I'm doing, I'm not doing it. Caribbean comes out too. I get not Jamaican, but yeah, Caribbean. And it's like a Caribbean that I wouldn't even recognize. But yeah, don't do something that you wouldn't want somebody finding out you do. So when I pulled tarot and everything, I didn't pull in the dark. When I decided, and I've always been very, very open about I'm not religious. I can't subscribe to Christianity because it's hypocritical. I said it don't make sense to me. How the hell is this man in a fucking whale's stomach for 3 goddamn days and he came out okay? A whale got 4 stomachs. Make it make sense to me. I ain't know. I lost a boyfriend over that shit. I told him, I said, well, yeah, God's a woman. What? I said, yeah, we're the image of God, right? Yeah. What do everybody start off as when they're in the womb? You start off as a female. You don't get that extra chromosome until later on. So if we going by that, then we all, like, as a woman, I'm the closest thing to God. That's not being conceited or anything, but this is going by your logic as a Christian. Yeah, we weren't dating for long. If you gotta hide, you don't need to be doing it. Yeah, that's very true. That is very true. If I have to hide it, I shouldn't be doing it. I am very proud of who I am and what I do. I understand there are like people in my family who would not take this. However, I do know how to show it to them. My mom is very open to what I do. My dad is not. My dad is very, very Christian. Yeah, we'll say that. My dad is very Christian. The way Christians were raised up in the old school days. My grandmother, my aunts, my uncles are very Christian. However, they do understand prayer and manifestation. You're not that close to your family? I'm close to those who I'm supposed to be close with. I'm close to those that you raised me. You are what made me who I am. I wouldn't be me without your knowledge, your teachings. If I get close to other family members along the way, then what's supposed to happen? But the foundation, I'm always gonna be close to them. There will never be a time where they can't ask me for something. They don't even ask. My family, we don't like asking for shit. We prideful as hell. We don't like asking for shit. But we find out what everyone needs and we'll get it to them. And we always have to, oh, okay, how much was it? Nothing. Okay, and we'll pay you back some other kind of way. That's just how we are. What's going on, Zamora? How are you, dear? Thank you, Alien. Yeah, my family, we are just that type. I find out what you need, I get it to you. And then because I know how my family is, certain things like my mama, if I'm gonna give her something, I have to make sure I bought it at least 30 days in advance. Because she will find a way to get a receipt and take it back to give me my money back. It's been past 30 days. The policy states. Store policies dictates that after 30 days it is non-returnable. Mm-hmm. What's going on, Weezy? But yeah, you can have some of the closest people be people you only known for a couple of days or a couple of months. You can be closer to somebody you just met than people you've known all your life. Really can. If it's supposed to happen that way. How do you increase your money? Legally? How can you increase your money? Why are you taking it back for what she says? What? Um, I would suggest for you need to look at things in a new light. When you're trying to increase your money, this is all about the dawn of a new day, the start of something new. Look at, you might want to change your perspective or the way you've been doing things. Yeah, it's your mentality. Queen of Wands is inverted. You get too emotional when it comes to shit. Like, you that type where if somebody piss you off at work, you'll quit. You gotta be a little more logical with what you do. If you want to increase your money, get out of your fucking feelings and do shit the right way. If you gotta sling burgers, if you gotta work at a movie theater, if you gotta work in a shoe store, anything that people just look down on, you make your fucking money. It is temporary. It is a stepping stone. You ain't gonna be there for fucking ever. That's not what it's for. What's going on, Craven? But yeah, you're not gonna be there forever. I've worked in fast food. I hated it. I only hated it for one reason. My uncle told them when they hired me, you need to put a man over her. I'm telling you now, you need to put a man over her as her boss. If you put a female, she is going to run them. And that female better know her shit. If you gonna put a woman over her, she better know her shit inside and out. They put a woman over me who knew nothing. They put a woman over me who ran a store that ran itself. So you inherited a gold mine. And everyone looks at you like, oh my God, your store's doing so well. Isn't it though? You didn't do shit. Your supervisor in that store did that. And then you started lying on me. I'm gonna tell you what happened. I was a brand new manager to this store. I have questions. I'm the type, I'm going to ask questions for shit I don't understand. If you can't make it make sense to me, there is something wrong. There is no reason you should be telling me what I'm doing is wrong with this is in the fucking handbook. So the fast food restaurant I worked at, the policy was if you're going out busting tables, if you're going to clean off a table, you cannot go out there with a full bucket of liquid because it can splash anywhere. You can contaminate areas. What you're supposed to do, you're supposed to get 2 rags. Well, you have to get 3. You get a rag that has the actual cleaning liquid. Then you get a dry rag. And then you get a sanitizing rag. These are 2 totally different buckets. They have to be changed out frequently. Damn near pretty much after you use it, you're replacing that water. Because it should be fresh for the next person. I went out and I cleaned the table with the rags. Cleaned off the table, knocked everything off of it, sent the stuff to the back, cleaned it off. Dried it off with the rag and then sanitized it. She said, why don't you just use the spray bottle? That keeps you from having to run back and forth because that's not in the policy. And if I'm caught doing this, this store would fail. Well, you don't have to do that right now. I mean, like, do it when we're having an inspection. Guess what? If I'm always prepared, I don't need to get prepared. So I can't accidentally forget how to do this the right way if I'm always doing it the right way. I said, nah, I'm going to stick with doing it this way. Know what ended up happening? We end up with an inspection. Now, here's the funny thing. You get a heads up. You're not supposed to get heads up when it comes to these inspections. You're not supposed to be told shit when it comes to these inspections. It's supposed to be random as hell. But they always give each other a heads up. I came into work that day. I'm looking around. I said, where do we have all this shit at? We had a full line of people. We had ideally you're supposed to have 2 packers on the front, 2 packers on the back. You have 2 cashiers in the front, 2 cashiers in the back. You got people on the grill. Every fryer had a person. Every wash tape, like it was working it was a fucking machine. And I said, who are you? These were managers from the surrounding stores. When an inspection happens, they call in the managers of different stores because they have to know the policy and do it right. They will make anyone who does not know how to do their job right stay home. So the store was full of nothing but managers. Keep this in mind. Here goes the story. I get to work. I'm a manager. They sent me to work outside, like in the lobby. I wanted the lobby. I hate doing the lobby at night because if you do the lobby, you also have to do the bathrooms, and the bathrooms are fucking disgusting. But that day, I said I'll do the lobby because they were full on the inside. I said I'll do the lobby. Hell yeah. This inspection day, I'm not doing nothing else. It's been a pleasure. Can I pick your brain sometime? Hell yeah, of course. But I said I'm not doing nothing. I want the lobby. Guess what? All I had to do was go in, get my towels, go back out there, clean the tables, sweep up. If there is a dead bug in there, you automatically fail as well. If there was food on the floor, you automatically fail. People came in there, looked around. No problem, still I am. Much love and respect to you too. But the people came in, they looked around. The lobby was immaculate to their eyes. I saw that piece of chicken over there in the corner, and I was just like, I know how to move shit around so you would never see it. Because if I leaned down and got it, then, yeah. They went into the back. Food was off temp. They moved old food to the front. They moved old food to the back because what a lot of restaurants do, when food has timed out, when it has technically expired, so you can only have, like, let's say you can have mashed potatoes up there for only 2 hours. After 2 hours, you have to throw it out. So instead of doing that, you move the food to the back line because the back line throws it out the window, meaning they put it in the drive-thru. Ever wonder why your food is always cold when you go through a drive-thru? That's why. That's why. So they moved the food because they had, guess why? Because this is what they had been doing. This is what she had been allowing them to do. Take the food from the front and move it to the back. If that's not what you're supposed to do, that's not what you're supposed to do. Do it the right way. So you put some new people, and the people who were inspecting caught them, looked dead at them as they moved the fucking food. And they said, what are you doing? I'm just moving to the back. Why? Shouldn't that be thrown out? She had to intervene. Oh, yeah, she's just doing it because we have to change out the water. But you don't change out the water when there's food there. The water naturally evaporates. And then you fill it up. So why is this person doing that? Well, that's what she told us to do. I'm in the front of the damn lobby just grinning with my damn rags. I'm cleaning tables like I ain't never cleaned before. What's going on, Rochelle? I'm a table busting ass up there. My table's a spotless baby. And I sat there and I watched them. When they came in, it was my break time. So I went ahead and I clocked out. They said, we need everybody on here. Well, I go on lunch at this time. I'm so sorry. I have to eat. So I went out there and I just watched them. It was I think it was 3 or 4 people. Yo, I watched them as they came in. They came in with their own. They said, okay, so you have to have thermometers in specific places in this restaurant. They were not where they were supposed to be. That was one. They're deducting points for every little fucking thing. After they couldn't find, they was like, oh yeah, the thermometer's here. They watched, Lord have mercy. They watched the girl take the temperature of something, take it out, wipe it off on a rag, and stick it in something else. They were like, wait a minute. That food has to go out now. Yeah, that's cross-contamination. Another person took the thermometer or took like a spoon or something and dipped it into, they wiped out the food, they dipped into the sanitization bucket and then went to something else. That food has to go out. They said, what are y'all doing? Well, that's how we've always done it. I am on break, okay? I am on break. Because I know the procedure because I read the book. I went through the trainings. So I'm sitting here like, the lady who was the general manager or the regional manager was like, the fuck is going on? I'm just sitting here. Because I didn't like the woman anyway. You lied on me. With your man having hands. Rough as hell for no damn reason. The soap that is at that store, I had to start bringing in my own antibacterial soap because it was too much for me. It was eating at my skin. So she sits there and she's like, oh no. And she then decides to take over and start showing them around. Oh yeah, let me take and show the proper temperature of this and that. And then she went to the front line. She said, hey, this is expired. Go ahead and throw this on out. And somebody was about to ask, and the manager had taken us like, yeah, that's right. We were just changing that out. Here's the thing. You also have to keep logs of when shit, there's actual written stickers with the times on them. You cannot scratch them out. So when you got cookies that's been up there for 20 minutes and they're wondering why they haven't been bagged up yet, they took the thermometer and put it into the wings, the spicy wings. These motherfuckers were room temperature. So they figured, oh, it's something wrong with the thermometer. They had the crew, actually, the people who were doing the checking and everything had their own thermometers with them and decided to calibrate them too. And they asked them when was the last time the thermometers were calibrated. They said what? Yes, to calibrate the thermometers, you have to use sanitized water or the sanitized solution, and you have to use hot water that's at a specific temperature, because the water in the restaurant has to be a specific temperature. If it's not that, you already failed. You put it in the hot water, it'll read something. You immediately wipe it off, put it into the sanitizer book, because it's going to be the room temperature. When it's 70 degrees, the water's going to be 70 degrees or lower. Might be warmer if it's by the, grills or something. If that shit don't match when it hit the second time, it hasn't been calibrated. I am on break. I am just watching the show. Then they had watched the drive-through. The new part, they had brand new people on the drive-through. This girl had just gotten hired the previous day. This was her first day of work. She did not know how to run the register. Shit kept getting stuck on her because we had a finicky register that kept getting stuck. This poor baby, they told her to go on break. They told her to go on break. I am on break already. My break is 30 minutes. I'm not coming off a break until they leave because the inspection is 30 minutes. I'm not, I've timed mine perfectly. They finally did their inspection. They left. They saying, oh my God, boy, this. I said, this store done failed. I already know it. I end up, like, the lady who was my boss talked to them or talked to the regional. She said, we'll talk later. I already know what that means. So I just so happened to found out that the results of the inspection were as thus. The only area of the restaurant that passed, because the parking lot failed as well, the only area of the store that passed was the lobby. And lobby includes the restrooms. Know how I included the restrooms? You know how I kept those restrooms clean? Because I was the one who cleaned them the night before. I put up out of order signs on the restrooms. Nobody was going into the restrooms. So they were just as clean as when I left them the previous night. Nobody went in there. I made sure to take them down when I saw the official people come in. That's how I got away with it. That's how it worked. I made sure to clean that damn bathroom from top to goddamn bottom. Spotless. My area was the part that was clean. Everything else they got fined for, or they got hit for food not being at temp, expired, which just means that it's past the time that it's supposed to be changed out. The grease trap, the drain in the floor is only supposed to be for in case you spill liquid or something. It was plugged up because people had been throwing grease down it. We had to close the store for like a week because they had to get a crew out there to actually clean out the grease. Yeah, you're not supposed to throw grease down the damn trap. You're supposed to. It's sand and all this other kind of shit that breaks it down that you're supposed to mix in there, and then you just throw that shit out. They didn't do that. They was just throwing it down the grease trap. The whole store smelled to hell. They went into the back. Coleslaw has to be prepared a day in advance. If it is prepared less than that, you can tell. They were cupping up coleslaw that was freshly made. How do we know it's freshly made? Because it is not damn near frozen. When you make coleslaw, you have to make it in the freezer. You are inside the freezer mixing the coleslaw together, and it has to sit. So, if you are cupping up coleslaw that is fresh, that is an issue, because it's not going to be the temperature it needs to be at. Food, when you put meat to be put into a pot pie, it has to be an inch thick. There are little notches on the rail that are exactly an inch, so you can measure them against it. Shits was this thick. Got hit for that. There was a bag of open chicken in the back. They were getting fined left and right. I knew I wasn't going to be at that store long, because I was like, I can't stand it, because I'm the type of person, I'm not like a granny. I'm the type of person where if you come to my store to get food, you not coming here to have a conversation. You not trying to get me all in your face and your business. I'm trying to get your food so you can go. She was always, you need to smile more. You need to engage the customers more. They know what the fuck they want. We send them, which one, how was your day? Oh. No, they want their fucking food. I'm asking, do you want anything? Do you need this? This is what I'm asking. I'm not trying to get in their damn business. That's your nose ass. Honey. That store, I worked there for 6 months. The owner, the way she got rid of me, because she tried to make me sign something for something I didn't do, and then she lied and said, oh yeah, you signed it. And then she said, well, you stole the document that you signed. Show me on camera. There's cameras all through the building. Show me on camera. Show me where I signed it. Well, I mean, I have the footage. Then show it to me. Stop. Then show it to me. Show me my signature on a piece of paper. You can't find it because it don't exist. So then she sends me to a different store and tries to dock my pay for it because she wasn't giving me my manager pay anymore. I called the regional. The regional tried to tell me that I was giving her all kind of issues. I said, baby, I got recordings. I said, see, I don't believe in trusting any damn body. I got recordings. And then she came over there and she told my boss, she said, hey, I need to talk to her. I was on the clock. I asked her, I said, you on the clock? She said, no, it's on the clock. She said, well, she said you agreed to change stores. Why would I agree for a pay reduction? Well, she said that you felt you weren't getting trained. That's correct. She was not training me properly because she couldn't answer questions. Why do you think I was calling you so much? You her boss. She didn't want to believe me. I played her the recordings of all the meetings. She said she didn't tell me any of this. I said, because she gonna tell you what makes her look good. And you're more prone to believe her because she makes you look good. So then she had me move back to my store and she had her take a class. And then she told me that I was going to be retrained by someone else. I said, okay, that's fine. She didn't, like, my direct boss didn't like that. So the way their system works is if you work under a certain amount of hours for 6 weeks straight, you are automatically terminated. She put me on the schedule for 6 hours a week. That's how she got rid of me, because it was within policy. That's how she did it. Could I have fought it? Yeah. Could I have sat here and said it was malicious that she was doing this? Yeah. I could have done all that. Or I could let my best friend Karma work her ass over. She was up for a regional position. She would have been where her boss was, and her boss would be moving up to someone else's position. Just so happened that the store that I worked in failed their inspection 3 times. When you fail twice, technically you're supposed to close the store down. They failed it 3 times. This got back to this got back to regional and corporate. Why is this store failing? Ooh, somebody like this because that counter done went all the way up. They said, why is this store failing like this? You're supposed to know. You know this, you know that. She is also the person who, I'm a brand new manager. I don't have any of the codes or keys to the building. You left me in the store to manage an entire crew on Easter Sunday. This is who you put in charge. The manager who worked with me was mad because I said, hey, I had questions, she didn't answer this. So you're mad because you're thinking I'm trying to throw you on the bus. No. She went to make a bank run and never came back. She never came back. One of the girls had to go home. It was her time to go. I was like, look, just work me. I'm trying to get this shit settled. The other manager who was supposed to came in at 7 o'clock that night, tires blew out. I am stuck in this store on Easter Sunday with a crew that is ready to go. They're trying to get out of there. And then on top of that, one of the crew members went to fucking jail that night. I had to call the police. But this is the person that was up for regional. Why did I have to call the police? Because I told her, I was like, look, I really don't have anyone to cover. I understand that's not your issue or anything, but this is what I'm being told to tell you. I was like, at the end of the day, I would love to let you go home, but I just don't, there's no one here. She was willing to work with me. She was like, yeah, they fucked you over. I said, hey, just work with me. Let me see what I can do. She was so tired and ready to go home. I put her on drive-through. Baby, when she was in drive-through, no, she was on the front. Was she in drive-through front? No, I think she was in the drive-through. She was in the drive-through. And she had mad attitude, and she went off on this woman in drive-through. We pulled them up. We comped their entire meal. But she said something slick. The woman's daughter came out of the car, came into the building, and said, I don't want shit but that bitch right there. Because she ain't about to sit here and talk to my mama like she ain't got no goddamn sense. And was about to come over the counter. Like they were going at it. I said, take your ass to the back. But she did. She said, where's the man? I said, babe, I'm the manager on duty. I'm not excusing shit. I said, you go to the back. I ain't supposed to be here anyway. Go to the back. But you don't want to listen to me. You'll listen to the other employees because you know them. They're like, she's the manager. Go to the fucking back. The girl had to grab her and take her to the back. Went ahead. I comped their meal. She was like, I really don't even want. I said, baby, look here. It's your menu. You tell me what you want and it's yours. Because she was wrong as fuck. I would be beating her ass too. I'm sorry, I'm just that type of manager. I don't believe in my people are always right. If you wrong, and I'm going to call you on it. I said, what you want? Baby, I threw them all kind of extra stuff. Sent them away, they was happy. I said, by all means, I will be reporting this shit my damn self. I called my boss. She's still going off. My boss is not answering the phone, has not been answering the phone all damn day. I called her boss. She tells me call her. I said she's not answering the phone, and at this point, I don't have control of this store. Right now I'm with them because this is bullshit. She tries to call my boss 4 times. She wouldn't answer. My boss then tells me I'm on the way to the store. The store closes, the lobby closes at 10 o'clock. She's on the way to the fucking store at like 9 something at night. I go ahead and I go into the lobby as I'm on the phone. She said, what is all that noise back there? And I told her who it was. And I said, yeah, she's pissed off because she's had to stay in this. She said, send her home. I said, yeah, she don't want to leave now because she's saying she need to get cut. I think she wanted to check or something. Whatever the fuck it was. It was something she wanted. She said, okay, call the police. I said, what? She said, call the police. She said, matter of fact, hold on. Hung up with me. She called the police, sent them to my store. The girl would not leave. I warned her. I said, she has called the police on you. Okay? You might want to get the fuck out of here. Because you are young. You have kids. You might want to go. I was then told after this situation that this was not the first time her ass had to leave in handcuffs. That this is something that repeatedly happens with her. And she had been hired and fired at least 3 times. The police show up. Now she wants to walk out of the store. Oh, I need to get my stuff. And they said, hold on. They asked me which one. I said, her right there. Well, I just need to come get my stuff. I need to go. They said, no, come on, talk with us. She didn't want to talk. They're trying to talk to her. I said, oh my God, this is about to go south. So I go out there. I'm still on the phone with my regional manager. She's like, what's going on? I said, well, the police are talking to her. She's being belligerent. And then as they're trying to talk to her, she's like, they're just like, okay, calm down. She's smacking their hands away. Now you're being aggressive. They grab her. She's fighting them off. She kicks at one of the officers in his dick. She just missed. She swings again and manages to make contact and kicks this officer in the dick to the point he doubles over and has to release her. Luckily, 2 other officers who were already there, they grabbed her. Have you ever seen a hog tying where you put somebody's hands behind their back, lock their feet together, and you have their ass like a rotisserie chicken? They hog tied her ass. She's crying and screaming, let me go, y'all are being this. And I'm like, so now the girl who knows her was on the phone with her mama, calling her, saying, oh my God, she going to jail, come get her stuff. The mama and the boyfriend show up there trying to figure out what's going on. I said, she was mad. I said, at the end of the day, she going. And it's a holiday. She ain't getting out no time soon. They literally only had her on the car for a second, but when she kept kicking, they took the zip tie restraints, tied her feet together, and then slung her ass in the car. The officer is still over here clutching himself, and the other one's like, you good? You all right? He was like, oh, that little bitch. He said, I'm going to call this in. You go chill or sit. She came back to work a couple of days later. But I think she was like, oh, I'm collecting my last check. And I asked the other girl, and she said, this is not the first time. What the fuck you mean this ain't the first time? Yeah, they keep hiring her back, and, you assaulted a police officer. And they're hiring you back? This is one of those times where it would be like, this is not my fight. I shouldn't have even been in this ring. I just needed the experience. Because this was a situation where I had been long done with. Ooh, excuse me. I had been over this job. It was out of my range. It was not for me. What's going on, Ancestor Realm? What's going on, Grapes? This was not for me. I'm like, I can do this job, but I can't do it here. This does not work for me. The crew was good except for like 2 people. When she did what she did and they gave me my final pink slip saying something, okay, because you're being fired for lack of hours, thank you. She'll get hers. And when she went up for her regional position and they ended up asking her some questions, like, what happened on that day? Why were you nowhere to be found? And then they had a whole meeting and everything, and they're sitting here. People are catching attitudes with me and shit. And the regional said, no, flat out. That's not her fault. Where were y'all? She said, I understand because your car, you couldn't get there. She said, but you, as her superior, as her lead manager, why did you leave her on a holiday? She said, what bank is open on a holiday? What drop were you making? And why were you not answering your phone when the entire store, everyone was calling you? didn't get answers. I did get information later on after I had not been working there that she was then removed from the store that I was working at. And instead of putting her back at her store that was self sufficient and ran on its own, that she was getting so many kudos and accolades for, the woman who ran that store was actually, because they told him, like, no, she taught us this. She's the one who ran this. She ended up getting a promotion. They put her somewhere at some other store, and I think I end up hearing that she was either leaving the state. It was something weird with her, but that she was not in a position to get the promotion she was looking for, and that her regional manager, did not get the position because of questionable things that were happening regarding this woman, as in she would fraud, put it like that. She would put shit down that didn't happen. She would say they made so many sales that did not happen. Certain, like, employee meals are comped. She wrote them down as actual sales. It was a fiasco. Now, what do you think was the better option? I could have, and I did try to contact certain people, certain corporate people. But what do you think came out better for me? I could have contacted them and they would have did like some bullshit write off or whatever. Or Karma could step in and she ended up having to be damn near bumped down to a supervisor position from being like a district manager. Because at this type of store, when you are a certain level, okay, you had two levels above me. If I was there long enough to get two more levels up, you want a certain type of store. You want a bucket store. Bucket stores sell a lot of food. Oh, I wasn't a big person. I tried to get her ass fired. I wasn't. I kept getting blocked from doing it, so I got tired of it and stopped. Karma handled it. But when you get a bucket store, if you are, let's say you have like me, I was a manager. You got like manager, supervisor, store manager, which is like area manager, which is like over certain area, regional district. When you hit the level she was at, you then get commission from the store. So the bigger the store, ugh. If you have a big store that sold a lot, you got money. So if you had $1 million store and you got a 10% commission bonus every month for your store, you sitting pretty. But you have to be there for a certain amount of time, do a certain amount of things to get to that level. She was over a couple of stores in that capacity. Even if you get 3% of $1 million every month without fail. So she wanted to be in a bucket store. The store I was in was major. You're no longer over that. You're no longer in that position. If I'm right, she was given a choice because she wanted to go back to her old one and they were like, no. If I remember correctly, she had to leave. In order for her to get her position, she had to leave. I know she had to leave the area, the region that I was in. Even though I wasn't an employee anymore, she had to be off under her regional manager. Because they need to see what the fuck she could really do on her own. So yeah, you fired me from a little hourly job. You fired yourself from making percentages off of $1 million stores. and you had a regional who would lie for you. Again, I didn't have to do shit. Didn't matter to me. After I heard that, I laughed like hell about it. I said, damn, after all that, you still don't know shit about the store. If I'm right, the regional had to go through training or something because they had to go back and look through some documentations of something because she would like the you gotta think if you're a regional, you don't have time to look at every little thing in a store. That's what your fucking store managers are for. They're supposed to make sure everything is good. But if you are getting shit from a manager who's falsifying sales to make it bigger so their commission check is bigger and you're just approving it without looking at it, probably don't look good on your part. But I digress. This is how spirit works. Do what you do. Never do anything that will put you out of character. Ask questions. Do what works for you. If it feels like you're going against the grain a long time, it's probably not for you. When it seems like you're trying your best to make something happen, just like I was trying my best to contact people from that store and could never get like corporate people, and all of a sudden everything happened. Did I get anything out of it? No. I got the satisfaction of knowing what happened, and that was good enough for me. A check would have been nice, but my team let me know they got it, and they will always have me. My team spoils the fuck out of me, even when I think they don't. Why this boy from my past just messaged? Leave his ass in the past. I don't know why y'all entertain the past like that. I made that mistake one time. Never again. I don't go backwards. Ain't nothing in that rearview mirror I need to see. Mm-mm. What do you want? Why you care? Is this someone you trying to bring back into your life? If not, I wouldn't worry about him. You say he's from your past. He didn't cause all problems at all. We used to have fun. Then he probably just want fun. What do you want? Why are you being overly paranoid? There's nothing to be paranoid about. And two, like a not a new start, a refurbished start, a fresh, just starting shit up again. The same feelings y'all had before. He just want to do that again. And thank you so much, wifey. I see you. I see you. Welcome, welcome, ID channel. Uh, do you have a career change coming? Yeah. Stop worrying about it. Yeah. This is saying yeah. It could be a couple of things. You are on the way to a career path change or a career change. With this being the Ten of Wands upright, it could be that this is weighing heavily on your mind, or that the path change that you're going to is probably going to humble you. However, it does, it's like it will probably make you appreciate what you had before. So just understand, it is temporary. Whatever you think, it is temporary. Are you on the best path? Nope. ID channel. Thank you so much, sugar. Thank you, thank you. Okay. My alarm has already gone off. I told you I'm trying to be better about this. I'm trying to put myself at least on a schedule. So, my 2 hours here with you guys are up. I might come back later. I'm not guaranteeing that. This was my schedule live today. I might come back tonight. If not, I'll just come back tomorrow. Sorry, Shay. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and close y'all out. I'm gonna go eat. I still have my lemon kale salad in there. I will be tearing it up. Well, go over to Twitch because that's getting closed out too. So, with that being said, I thank you for joining us in the Shadow Gallery. The lights are out, the doors are closing. The help house will graciously and gratefully escort you on out the door. Please do not trip on your way out. They do not care. They will cast you out like a bag of bones. If you would like to book your private session, you may do so at my website, www.madamshad'O.com. No W in Shad'O. If you put a W in Shad'O, I'm not responsible where you go or where you end up. Like me, share me, subscribe to me. I ain't studying you. Like me, share me, subscribe to me, turn notifications on so you know when I go live. Become a fan on Facebook. Follow me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, all of them. I'm some everywhere. And, of course, it would not be a reading if I did not. Any and all energetic beings that are here, that are not assigned to be here, that are not welcome here, that are not even supposed to be here. You don't have to go, but you do have to get the hell out of here. I thank you all. If you want to donate to the show, do it by the, is your dad around you? No. If you would like to donate to the show, you may do so at that website. If you'd like to donate to me, the Hell Pulse, whoever, Cash App, Madam Shad'O, PayPal, Madam Shad'O. We thank you all. If you are a good person, have a great day. If you are not a good person, then just have the day you deserve. We will see y'all later.